Albert Einstein, born in Ulm, Germany, on March 14, 1879, passed away in Princeton, United States on April 18, 1955, as one of the most influential theoretical physicists in history. He was the architect of the theory of relativity, one of the cornerstones of modern physics. His celebrated equation, E equals mc2, energy equals mass multiplied by the square of the speed of light in a vacuum, became the most famous in the world. However, his 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics was not awarded for relativity, but for his pioneering contributions to theoretical physics and for the formulation of the law of the photoelectric effect, which was crucial for the development of quantum theory.
Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work.
I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me.
Love is a better master than duty.
Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them.
Reading, after a certain age, diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking.
A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy?
Smoke like a chimney, work like a horse, eat without thinking, go for a walk only in really pleasant company.
For every action, there is a reaction.
The greatest activity of which man is capable, opening up yet another fragment of the frontier of beauty.
There is a driving force more powerful than steam, electricity, and nuclear power, the will.
Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid.
Never lose a holy curiosity. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. He is considered successful in our day who gets more out of life than he puts in. But a man of value will give more than he receives.
The grand aim of all science is to cover the greatest number of empirical facts by logical deduction from the smallest number of hypotheses or axioms.
We are all very ignorant. What happens is that not all ignore the same things.
We owe a lot to the Indians, who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made.
One cannot alter a condition with the same mindset that created it in the first place.
The facts, although interesting, are irrelevant.
Outer changes always begin with an inner change of attitude.
Every city introduces a man to himself.
Although I am a typical loner in my daily life, my awareness of belonging to the invisible community of those who strive for truth, beauty, and justice has prevented me from feelings of isolation.
Joy and amazement of the beauty and grandeur of this world of which man can just form a faint notion.
It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education.
The economic anarchy of capitalist society as it exists today is, in my opinion, the real source of evil.
I'm not an atheist. I don't think I can call myself a pantheist. The problem involved is too vast for our limited minds. We are in the position of a little child entering a huge library filled with books in many languages. The child knows someone must have written those books.
All conditions and all circumstances in our lives are a result of a certain level of thinking. If we want to change the conditions and circumstances, we have to change the level of thinking that is responsible for it.
All meaningful and lasting change starts first in your imagination and then works its way out. Imagination is more important than knowledge.
The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind.
Time is an illusion.
Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind.
Example isn't another way to teach. It is the only way to teach.
Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it.
I see a pattern, but my imagination cannot picture the maker of that pattern. I see a clock, but I cannot envision the clockmaker. The human mind is unable to conceive of the four dimensions, so how can it conceive of a God?
for whom 1,000 years and 1,000 dimensions are as one.
Stupidity is a personal achievement which transcends national boundaries.
There comes a point in your life when you need to stop reading other people's books and write your own.
When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red, hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity.
Physical concepts are free creations of the human mind and are not, however it may seem, uniquely determined by the external world.
Compassionate people are geniuses in the art of living, more necessary to the dignity, security, and joy of humanity than the discoverers of knowledge.
If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed.
Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I am not yet completely sure about the universe.
New frameworks are like climbing a mountain. The larger view encompasses, rather than rejects, the more restricted view.
Gravity is a response to geometry.
Then there are the fanatical atheists whose intolerance is of the same kind as the intolerance of the religious fanatics and comes from the same source.
Black holes are where God divided by zero.
Astrology is a science in itself and contains an illuminating body of knowledge. It taught me many things, and I am greatly indebted to it.
As long as I have any choice in the matter, I shall live only in a country where civil liberty, tolerance, and equality of all citizens before the law prevail.
Make everything as simple as possible, but not simpler.
As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain. And as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality.
So long as there are men, there will be wars.
We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life. All that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about.
The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking.
It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction.
Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character.
Man usually avoids attributing cleverness to somebody else unless it is an enemy.
I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right.
Everybody should be ashamed who uses the wonders of science and engineering without thinking and having mentally realized not more of it than a cow realizes of the botany of the plants which it eats with pleasure.
The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another.
If the bee disappeared off the surface of the globe, then man would have only 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man.
If honeybees become extinct, human society will follow in 4 years.
If the bees disappear, man would have only 4 years of life left.
Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding.
Everything must be made as simple as possible, but not simpler.
Nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances for survival of life on Earth as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet.
It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense. It would be without meaning, as if you describe the Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure.
It may be possible to fight intolerance, stupidity, and fanaticism separately, but when they come together, there is no hope.
Problems cannot be solved by thinking within the framework in which the problems were created.
It is better to believe than to disbelieve. In doing so, you bring everything to the realm of possibility.
The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits.
The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion.
I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be.
You can't blame gravity for falling in love.
When a blind beetle crawls over the surface of the globe, he doesn't realize that the track he has covered is curved. I was lucky enough to have spotted it.
One is born into a herd of buffaloes, and must be glad if one is not trampled underfoot before one's time.
Marriage is but slavery made to appear civilized.
Everything that can be counted does not necessarily count. Everything that counts cannot necessarily be counted.
A theory can be proved by experiment, but no path leads from experiment to the birth of a theory.
No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it.
Everything you can imagine, nature has already created.
Any fool can know. The point is to understand.
Laws alone cannot secure freedom of expression. In order that every man present his views without penalty, there must be spirit of tolerance in the entire population.
A country cannot simultaneously prepare and prevent war. I know not with what weapons World War Roman III will be fought, but World War Roman IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The distinctions separating the social classes are false. In the last analysis, they rest on force.
What counts can't always be counted. What can be counted doesn't always count.
If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself.
If you can't explain something simply, you don't know enough about it.
What you can't imagine, you can't discover.
If I can't picture it, I can't understand it.
Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters.
After a certain high level of technical skill is achieved, science and art tend to coalesce in aesthetics, plasticity, and form. The greatest scientists are artists as well.
As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the circumference of darkness surrounding it.
God is clever, but not dishonest.
If a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, of what then is an empty desk a sign?
Out of clutter, find simplicity.
Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity.
True knowledge comes with deep understanding of a topic and its inner workings.
I have come to know the mutability of all human relationships, and have learned to insulate myself against both heat and cold so that a temperature balance is fairly well assured.
I never commit to memory anything that can easily be looked up in a book.
Genius abhors consensus because when consensus is reached, thinking stops. Stop nodding your head.
My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind.
Creativity is contagious, as it ought.
If I could do it all again, I'd be a plumber.
To stimulate creativity, one must develop childlike inclination for play and the childlike desire for recognition.
Without ethical culture.
If one day you have to choose between the world and love, remember this. If you choose the world, you'll be left without love. But if you choose love, with it, you will conquer the world.
A problem defined is a problem half solved.
The best designed is the simplest one that works.
Everything is determined, the beginning as well as the end, by forces over which we have no control. It is determined for the insect as well as for the star. Human beings, vegetables, or cosmetic dust, we all dance to a mysterious tune, intoned in the distance by an invisible piper.
The moon does not simply disappear when we are not looking at it.
Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either.
Excellence is doing the common thing in an uncommon way.
Sanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results.
We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us.
It is easier to denature plutonium than to denature the evil spirit of man.
Knowledge and ego are directly related. The less knowledge, the greater the ego.
Nothing will end war unless the people refuse to go to war.
Everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics.
I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge.
Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world.
It is entirely possible that behind the perception of our senses, worlds are hidden of which we are unaware.
A mathematical equation stands forever.
Physics is essentially an intuitive and concrete science. Mathematics is only a means for expressing the laws that govern phenomena.
It is every man's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what he takes out of it.
Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions.
When you examine the lives of the most influential people who have ever walked among us, you discover one thread that winds through them all. They have been aligned first with their spiritual nature, and only then with their physical selves.
Learning is experience. Everything else is just information.
If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts.
You never fail until you stop trying.
If you feed your mind as often as you feed your stomach, then you'll never have to worry about feeding your stomach or a roof over your head or clothes on your back.
If at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it.
3 great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed.
The equation for evil is 1 over knowledge.
Remember today, for it is the beginning of always. Today marks the start of a brave new future filled with all your dreams can hold. Think truly to the future and make those dreams come true.